I'm back over here in Sanctuary Hills. Like I think most people, this is where we pretty much start out, especially in survival mode. And if you're a settlement builder like I am, this is where you start really building up kind of a home. Anyway, sorry about that. What I want to look at right now is, I think some of these weapons really deserve mentioning. And I am not a big melee person. I prefer the firearms myself. But after seeing some other videos about some of these other weapons, I thought I'd give them a try. And I tell you what, I don't think I could have made it as well, as easy as I did, and have died a lot many more times if it hadn't been for especially this one right here, the harvester. Now the reason why, now I forget where you get this sucker. I think you get it, man, I'm sorry about that. I did not do any research here, and I don't remember where I got the harvester. But the reason this weapon is so damn important is chance to stagger on hit. But the thing is it's always hitting. When you got that thing going, you can just sit there and gnaw away at somebody, right? And you're constantly staggering them. So they'll just sit there and stagger away. And they won't have a chance to get up. Except there's a couple of enemies that will manage to get off a pinch, like a razor claw. I had one pinned up against a corner, and I was going away at him with this sucker right here. And he somehow has managed to get a pinch out every now and then, and that hurt. It's a pretty strong hit. It did some damage. And also, I think a legendary gunner, I'm not sure, but every now and then you'll get a really tough enemy that'll manage to get off a lick here and there when you're using this, but it's hardly enough to kill you. And basically, and the harder enemies you encounter, of course, you can just sit there and gnaw at them like that until they're finally dead. They can't do nothing. You might get into some trouble if you're sitting there going away at somebody like that, and then there's a whole bunch of other enemies behind you, going at you. Then you're going to have to put the harvester up, or just go get all them. I've increased my melee perks, so now I've got a chance to cut their head off. Also, my perception, I've increased that, so I got a better chance to do some of the staggering and things like that. But anyway, the harvester, basically, it's like, it almost makes you indestructible or unkillable, at least one-on-one with somebody. And they give this to you relatively early in the game. So I highly recommend taking this, and you keep it with you at all times. Now, the second one I'd like to talk about is the cryolator. The reason, now I've got this modded out. Of course, you're going to have to get up to your master level picking, or I think it's master. I may be wrong on that. And then, but as soon as you do, go back and get this gun right here from your vault, the one that you were born in. Because this is going to get you out of a lot of bad situations, or you're just not sure about an enemy. When you run in, you got a building that you're not sure really what kind of trouble you're going to get into. It's best to go ahead and arm yourself with this one right here. And you can buy cryo shells, 150 at a time, I've seen at some of the dealers. So it's not real hard to keep shells for this. But you want to go in there with this sucker, because you're almost guaranteed to take them out. Sometimes it'll take a few shells. See, I'm firing snowballs at them. I've got this maxed out, and you want to do that. But I find it really indispensable. I can't really go through without it. I'm that attached to this weapon right here. Now, for fun, I highly recommend the 2076 World Series baseball bat. Man, I've had a blast with this little bat. And I'll tell you, I got it maxed out too with the blades. But I was up, and it has a chance to send targets flying. Oh my God, that's so much fun. I'm gonna try to catch a video of that actually happening, because it's just too much. When it happens, it's just too much fun, man. I mean, I was up on some stairs with a legendary gunner at one point, and I smacked him with this thing, and he went clean flying off of that thing out into the river. I was attacking that radar array over there with this thing, just ran in there armed with this thing only, and I started smacking around the mutants. I was up on them scaffolding with one of the baddest mutants. I smacked him with this thing. He went flying off of, clean out of a radar array out there into the creek, running behind it. Now, he crawled out of the creek and came back over there, disarmed, trying to start it up with me again. But he was of low health, and he was easily dispatched at that point. And I was laughing the whole time. Very, very fun and effective weapon. Get your melee up, but these three weapons right here, as you'll see, are my weapons of choice. But I got to have, and my last weapon I'd like to say is your Nocturnal. Believe it or not, man, this sucker does get powerful at night. And you're at one shot, one kill with most enemies with this Nocturnal. You've got to get in close. Don't forget it's your range. You're shooting at a legendary or something from a distance, you're not doing much damage. That means you got to move in closer. So those are my weapons of choice right now at this stage in survival mode. Now, I'm not all the way through. I'm not sure. I think I'm about 60% through. I'm not sure. I'm still I still haven't really started any of the final stuff yet. You'll see my I'm still not finished the Far Harbor here. I haven't decided to blow up the I just don't like those those Atom people over there. Anyway, thought I wanted to share those weapons with you as soon as possible, because it's important, I think, to get through this game with relative ease. I plan on making some more videos here with this thing right here and the pitching machine. There's just a lot of good stuff to be had in the Fallout 4 world. I appreciate it.